journée dans un contexte un peu particulier, comme les prédécesseurs l'ont signifié, ce contexte de conflit. Ce conflit que nous qualifions que autre chose que la manifestation violente, barbare de l'impérialisme, du néocolonialisme, de l'esclavage qu'on tend à nous imposer aujourd'hui. Ce que nous avons qualifié terrorisme. C'est dans ce sens que lorsque nous prenons par exemple le volet de l'orpaillage, votre thème en dit long sur l'employabilité des jeunes en milieu rural, beaucoup de nos jeunes sur...
This young man is the head of state of Burkina Faso. He has been in the news for the right reason lately. He has said from the end of this year, Burkina Faso, one of the countries that is very, very rich in gold.
What are you talking about, man?
They will stop exporting the raw material outside their country. That any company that wants to process their raw material should come and invest and create jobs for Africans in their country. This man, he is doing things that a lot of African leaders are failing to do.
You serious?
Francis is my name. If you're seeing my face for the first time on this channel, we share content to educate and inform our people. Knowledge is power. Let us watch.
Je trouve aujourd'hui sur les sites artisanaux de production, dans des conditions les plus pénibles. C'est peut-être ce qui s'est passé en Europe ou en Amérique dans les années 1800, lorsque les hommes rentrent eux-mêmes dans des galeries, qu'ils creusent eux-mêmes pour sortir le minerai. Nos jeunes continuent de vivre cela, au péril de leur vie. Nous essayons aujourd'hui de moderniser un peu. C'est à l'issue de ça que nous avons créé donc la SONASP, une société qui va se permettre de pouvoir exploiter et de commercialiser nos substances précieuses, notamment l'or. L'or que les jeunes exploitent, que d'autres personnes viennent acheter à vil prix et qui contribue à nourrir le terrorisme qui sort du pays sans que nous n'ayons aucun contrôle. Nous avons décidé de créer cette société pour essayer de reprendre le contrôle de nos sites miniers et pouvoir permettre aux jeunes qui y sont de produire de façon plus organisée et plus respectable. Parce que cette lutte que nous avons aujourd'hui contre le terrorisme ne se fait pas uniquement par les armes, mais également par le développement. Tant que la jeunesse n'aura pas d'emploi, elle sera toujours tentée d'aller vers là où c'est facile d'avoir de l'argent. Et c'est ça aussi qu'il faut combattre. C'est le lieu pour moi de rendre hommage donc à tous ces jeunes qui se sont engagés sans état d'âme, comme VDP, qui sont aujourd'hui sur le terrain, sous la pluie, sous la brume, dans la boue, partout où on les demande de partir, ils se battent sur le terrain pour essayer de récupérer nos terres et donner donc à ce pays ce qu'on appelle l'intégrité territoriale. Et chacun à son niveau doit donc pouvoir aussi, par défaut de prendre la Kalachnikov, prendre autre chose pour participer au développement de cette patrie. Et ça, nous ne comptons que sur vous les jeunes. Je disais tout de suite donc aux parrains et à la marraine que j'allais forcer la main à ces grands opérateurs économiques du pays. Et je pense que certains sont là. Donc apprêtez-vous.
Mind you, since the last 19 years, Nigeria, that calls itself the giant of Africa, has been importing crude oil from abroad. For 19 years, Nigeria has been importing crude oil from abroad. Meanwhile, this young man is saying that everything must be processed in their country. We need more people like this in Africa that believe in Africa. So you can support this by giving this video a like, share this video so that other Africans will see it and start holding their leaders accountable. Let us watch.
On va vous forcer la main pour créer des initiatives donc pour les jeunes. Nous avons donc lancé l'APEC dans ce sens-là pour permettre de créer ce qu'on appelle nos entreprises que nous voulons mettre sur place. Parce que nous le disons, c'est inconcevable que nous puissions ici produire de la tomate et que nous importons de la pâte de tomate. C'est absurde que nous avons tous les produits oléagineux ici et que nous ne puissions pas les transformer. Nous avons lancé cela et je vous invite à souscrire massivement parce que nous allons créer nos entreprises ici sur place et développer. Certes, des esprits impérialistes pourront essayer de vous détourner de l'objectif, mais écoutez, visez loin, visez très loin, et réfléchissez et voyez ce qu'on va faire. Parce que le combat que nous menons, ce n'est pas uniquement pour le Burkina Faso, mais c'est un combat pour toute l'Afrique. Il est temps qu'on se réveille et que nous ne soyons plus amenés à traverser l'océan, à mourir pour aller chercher l'Eldorado tant vanté. On peut le créer ici. Mettez-vous au travail.
Ibrahim Traoré, 36 years old of age, is our person of today for believing in Africa and setting the template for other African leaders to follow.
Good job.
We need more people like Ibrahim Traoré in Africa, people that believe in Africa, not people that that are heads of state or president in Africa, but their wealth, their children, they are all schooling abroad, enjoying life in the Western world. They hold foreign passport. They do not believe in Africa. We need people that will attract development to Africa, people that will promote Africa. So we need more Ibrahim Traoré in Africa. Mind you, I do not support undemocratic government. I support his vision. So keep this young man in your prayer and let us continue to fight for a better Africa for not just me and you, but for our children. If you see value in this content, you can support this channel by giving this video a like, share this video with your family and friends, follow up on our social media platform, leave your comment in the comment section. Do you think that Ibrahim Traoré, that the man is doing the right thing, or do you think there's nothing that other Africans can learn from him? We don't need to learn from him. I want to know, let's keep the conversation going about what your views are about what you've seen today.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
It was point blank Afrophobia, and you know what is the most disgusting about it all? Go and look at the video where this comment is coming from. Go and educate yourselves and find out what Nigeria has done for our country. Go and read up on the history. Nigeria spent $61 billion, billion with a B, to help liberate our people from 1960 to 1995. In those 35 years, Nigeria spent $61 billion, people. Dollars. We're not talking rands here. We're talking dollars. They also issued us passports when we needed it. You know what? I will just show you. You can go to the archives yourselves. You can do the history yourselves. From 1960 to 1995, Nigeria spent over $61 billion to support the end of apartheid. And this is according to the South African Institute of International Affairs. This is coming from our archives. This is the same Nigeria that set up the Southern Africa Relief Fund. The same Nigeria whose civil servants and public officers made a 2% donation from their monthly salary. And the same Nigerian students that skipped their lunch to make donations. And by June of 1977, in just 6 months, look at that, they were able to contribute $10.5 million. They called it the Mandela.
The ANC leaders deliberately decided not to educate black folks in South Africa so that they can keep them poor and fuel the xenophobia attack that we are seeing. You're not hearing from me, you're hearing from the South African, and she is quoting the South African archive to support the point that she is making, that Nigeria spent $60 billion to contribute to the liberation of South Africa. Just imagine if that money was spent on Nigeria. Let's continue.
Tax. And you want to know something? If you read the history, they were so proud to be contributing towards it. That's why kids in schools were skipping their lunch to be able to contribute to this fund. This is the same Nigeria that allowed our South African students, our South African people to come over and study for free. For free. They welcomed our exiles as well. Thabo Mbeki was able to benefit from Nigeria. This is the same Nigeria that their government issued more than 300 passports for our South African citizens. The same Nigeria that lobbied for the creation of the United Nations Special Committee Against Apartheid. If you don't believe me, go through the archives. Go and do your fact check. Because the history is there, the research is there, it's even coming from our own people. It's all there. I stitched this in my last video. Oh, and this thing of Nigerians are bringing in the drugs to our country, please show me. We recently had a massive drug bust, a 2 billion rand drug bust, and show me the Nigerian. Let's please spot the Nigerian. Please show me where there is a Nigerian in sight, because y'all are very quick to talk about how, they're bringing in the drugs to a country.
Yeah.
Where? Because this thing of drug smuggling, this thing of child trafficking, it is not something specific to Nigerians. Not even close. Because in this picture, it's 2 South Africans, one of which is a descendant of, we won't go there, and 2 Mexicans, and there was a 5th suspect that recently came out. There is not a Nigerian in sight. We have just played Spot the Nigerian. Do you see a Nigerian in this? No. Unspeakable. The hate for the descendants of our liberators. But y'all are comfortable with the descendants of colonizers. Which we should be, right? We've gotten to a place where it's like, okay, this is the reality. We're gonna make it work now. Because we as people of color are the bigger person and we will choose peace. Or at least I was under that impression in the beginning. But then I've also come to realize that no, it actually had nothing to do with that. It had to do with force. This is what the government chose for us, and therefore we will follow through, and maybe that's what is necessary. Because some of y'all can't think for yourselves. You just need to be led by a shepherd, or led because you are sheep in your hatred. You have gone and destroyed this woman's life.
To my South African brothers and sisters, hopefully after watching this video, you will find place in your heart to show love and appreciation to Nigerians for the sacrifice that the country made to your liberation. At a time when the Chinese and others are plundering our resources, the last thing we want as black people is for us to be killing ourselves. We do not need that.
Bruh, chill.
We are one people with the same destiny and aspiration. We need to find a way to unite. So my uncle Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a true Democrat, a man that championed democracy from thousands of miles away. Since he became the president of Nigeria, we can see that our people are now enjoying the dividend of democracy. Just last week, he sworn in the new Chief Justice of Nigeria.
I don't like where this is going.
The judicial under this administration will continue to receive prompt and adequate attention in recognizing its status as a driver of social order, rule of law, peace, security, and economic development.
Guess what? His son, the first son of Nigeria, was present to witness that occasion. Those of you that have been crying and praying for a truly incorruptible and independent judiciary, your prayers have been answered. You can be rest assured that with my auntie Kekere Ekun as the new Chief Justice of Nigeria, the judiciary will now be incorruptible, and the next election, if you end up in court, you will get free and fair hearing.
How?
Because the people that are in charge of judiciary in Nigeria now, they have no God stain of corruption. And she knows this. That is why he was present, because he himself is not corrupt. So I hope that everything is working in place now. The next election is going to be the freest and fairest election in the history of Nigeria.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And any election that is challenged in the courts, you can be rest assured that yes, the judiciary will live up to their reputation as the last hope of the people. So yes, Nigeria is moving in the right direction. Our local, since my president, my uncle, it's been there. Things are improving. Inflation is coming down. Bag of rice is coming down. Nigerians, even those of us in diaspora, we're even thinking of coming back to Nigeria because we don't want to be suffering abroad when Nigeria is good and people are enjoying. What? So yes, my things are going in the right direction. So my uncle, you deserve my appreciation for choosing my auntie Alaja Kudira Keke Erekun as the next Chief Justice of Nigeria. Ekushe, sir. Ekushe, yes, you've done a good job. Well, that is very good.
What would be the appropriate response on the part of the aggrieved partner? What would be the aggrieved response to, someone who is supposedly her friend? If indeed it is true that you slept or you betrayed the trust of a friend, what would be the appropriate response? Of course, the response from you, as both of us are talking, could be that it is relative. I could walk away, Another person could say, all right, you betrayed me. I now want to, treat your case, so to speak. You understand? So we hope that the police would indeed, give out due investigation. And if the lady in question is the aggrieved one, the one being beaten up, I hope she would also, be forthcoming with, will get justice, yes, and will be forthcoming, file a report and all of that. The intention behind it appeared that they intended to disgrace her. Perhaps the person who recorded that deliberately meant to embarrass her, make it trend online and all of that. And there are some conversations in the background, and the girl keeps saying, I'm sorry, and all of that. So we hope that, like you have said, the abuse of social media, people, because you have a phone in your hands, you just, believe that you can, embarrass someone and all of that. It needs due investigation, unbiased investigation. Only a few months ago, of course, we saw how, the dangers of social media, will I say the dangers now, the benefits of social media, the bullying case now, the young girl who was being bullied by her mates. Thankfully, it emanated or circulated online, and that also sparked outrage and response and all of that. So we hope that some sanity is or comes out, some sanity comes out at the end of the day. It's too soon now to cast any judgment on either party, because one doesn't know exactly who is in the wrong and who is in the right. But clearly this is yet another disturbing video.